get into the little game here.
But first, we got our over-under for the NFL win totals. Okay, this was posted by the NFL. You can go check out their graphic, but then you can go check out our graphic. It'll be posted on Instagram of our predictions for these 10 over-unders here. So to start off, the Miami Dolphins at 8.5.
I'm going to go under. First of all, they've been pretty successful against Bill Belichick in the recent years, but that was with Brian Flores.
Yeah.
I don't love a rookie head coach's chances of playing Belichick, so that's 2 losses, I think, right there. I don't think they're quite on the caliber of the Bills, so that's 2 losses there. And their schedule, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Look, I like the Tyreek Hill addition. I still don't think you've solved anything. Your line still isn't that great. Yeah, you have better weapons now, but Tua still is not that guy. Nothing's changed. I still don't think he's that guy. And you lose the defensive prowess of Brian Flores, which has been the team's strength. I don't know what they hang their hat on right now, outside of, we just have a really fast guy to throw to.
Yeah.
But a guy that can't get it downfield to him. So I'm going to go under 8.5 on account of tough division, and I think they're a little bit overrated right now.
The Dallas Cowboys at 10.5.
That's one of the easier unders for me. Like I said, you lose your top pass rusher, your top receiver, your number 3 receiver, and 2 of your top 3 linemen. I don't know where production's coming from. Dak is a completely different quarterback with and without Amari Cooper. Amari's gone. Dak is not going to be the same quarterback and not going to be as good, point blank.
The Pittsburgh Steelers at 7.5.
I said this in the first segment, slightly over. I think they probably went 8, maybe scrapped to 9. First of all, Tomlin's never had a losing season, and I do think Kenny Pickett provides the mobility and a little bit more juice than Ben had the past couple years. This offense is going to look a little bit different. It's going to look a little bit more dynamic. You still have Claypool, Johnson, and I love Pat Freiermuth in his second year, and we now have a line to block for Najee Harris. We'll have a running game, still have the same solid defense. I like them slightly over. Now, I don't think they're the playoff team, but I think 8, maybe 9 wins.
The Seattle Seahawks at 6 wins.
That might be one of the easier unders. I think they're tanking. I think they are, that's fine. At least they have a plan. But Drew Lock is not that guy.
No.
Their offensive line is horrendous. Their defense is very overpaid. They don't get enough of a pass rush, and the weapons outside of DK Metcalf are very lacking. I think that's an easy under for me.
The Green Bay Packers at 11 wins.
That's also an under. Who is their number 1 receiver? It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard is a good 4 and a medium tier 3, right? That's where he should be in an offense. He's going to be their 1. You lose the best receiver in football, arguably, with Devontae Adams. They lost a starting lineman. One of their best pass rushers is gone and went to a division rival. So they're losing a lot of production,
yeah,
and they're not really replacing it with anything. And that's probably because Aaron Rodgers wanted to back up the Brinks truck and take every single penny of the organization. That's on him. Under 11 is pretty easy for me there.
Buffalo Bills at 11.5.
I think that's an over. First of all, I think they might have the best roster in the AFC, and I think Josh Allen is. I don't be surprised if he wins an MVP this year. First of all, the last 6-7 weeks of the season, he had 3 quarterback performances that were chef's kiss. I think I went on here and said that was Josh Allen's best performance at Bill Belichick, right? Totally took him to school. And then in the playoffs, completely undressed the Patriots again, which is insane to me. So I think with Stephon Diggs, you add Von Miller, they're going to be a really, really solid football team.
The Las Vegas Raiders at 8.5.
See, this hurts me. I'm going to go under. And it's only because somebody in that division has to be last, right? It's tough for me to go into, and I love Derek Carr, but he's going to be the worst quarterback in 6 football games this year, and a rookie head coach against Andy Reid twice a year, which, I don't love that. I don't love that scenario. And on the back end, they are a little weak in the secondary, right? They do have the pass rush, but the secondary is a little bit weak in that division. That's a problem, right? All the weapons in that division and all the high-powered offenses, that's going to be a problem. Unfortunately, somebody has to be last, and I think it'll be the Raiders. Now, they will be the best last-place team maybe in the history of football, but unfortunately under.
The Cincinnati Bengals at 9.5 wins.
I think they're over. I think Pittsburgh is a good team this year, but they're not great. Cleveland, who knows when Watson even plays, right? If you're looking for a comparison, the last time somebody was up for like suspension for a sexual misconduct violation would be Ben Roethlisberger. He got 4 games in 2010, and he only had 1 or 2 cases. Deshaun's got 22. So I don't know where it stands. Plus, just society in general. I mean, he's probably going to get more, right? He's going to get more. So who knows when he's going to play. So Cleveland might not be as good. And I think the Ravens are a little bit overrated. Now, I did like their draft, but the division's not the juggernaut it normally is. And the Bengals got better on the offensive line, which was their weakness. So I'll take over on 9.5. I think they win the division.
Okay, so the Tennessee Titans also at 9.5 wins.
That to me is an easy under. You lose your best receiver, so now you are completely reliant on Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, who, fine with Derrick Henry, but in this day and age, you can't be reliant on a running back if you want to win a lot of football games. It just can't happen, especially if you want to keep going in the playoffs and all that. And so now for putting it on Ryan Tannehill's arm, I think he is better than some people give him credit for. But I'm not putting my franchise in his hands and saying, oh, he's going to win me 11 games on his arm alone. The defense is okay, but it's gotten marginally better, not good enough to really compete and carry that football team. We'll go under 9.5.
The San Francisco 49ers at 10 wins.
To me, that's an under. With a quarterback who I have no idea how good he's going to be, Trey Lance. He looked really unrefined last year, unless he got polished up this offseason. I don't love him to be uber successful this year. I think overall he'll be okay. This year, I don't love it. And who knows if Debo's going to play or is he not going to play? George Kittle's been injured the last couple of years. Is he going to be the same player? Is he going to be hurt? Their offensive line regressed slightly. Their defense will still be pretty good.
Yeah.
But also, even in his own division, he's going to be the worst quarterback in 4 of the 6 divisional games, right? I mean, Stafford's better, Kyler's better, and even the one team that has a bad quarterback, Seattle, always gives Kyle Shanahan fits. Pete Carroll and Kyle Shanahan, Carroll always gives Shanahan fits. So I don't see, and their schedule's brutal. It's one of the toughest schedules in the league. So I'll go under 10 for the Niners. Slight down year for them. I think they'll rebound pretty quickly within the next year or so after that. I think that's all we got.
So yeah, we got the Miami Dolphins 8.5 under, Cowboys 10.5 under, Steelers 7.5 over, the Seahawks at 6 with under, right. Packers 11 under, Bills 11.5 over, Raiders 8.5 under, Bengals 9.5 over. The Titans with 9.5 under. And to finish it all off, the San Francisco 49ers at 10 wins, and we got the under on them. Kind of surprising to me that they are a 10-win team, like for the over-under, with Trey Lance starting.
Yeah, I guess I figured 8.5, 9, maybe 9.5. But
I just feel like it's a little inflated.
Any of my decisions that you disagree with? Like Dolphins under, Cowboys under?
No.
Any of those that you disagree with?
No, I don't.
You're on board?
I'm on board with all of them. And you know what the great part about having YouTube is? You can see them right here. Got the predictions up there. Go like it on Instagram. That graphic will be up there as well.